Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome to the video. So this one is going to be a short, informative one, and if you can gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. Now, first of all, gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time is also known as body recomposition, and that's what I'm going to be referring to it as throughout this video. And second of all, the answer is yes, you can gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. It is more common in those who are beginners, so people who are completely new to the gym. It's more common in those who are detrained, so maybe someone who has experience with lifting but for one reason or another hasn't been to the gym in a few months, and it is also more common in those who are overweight to begin with. But that is not to say that body recomposition cannot be achieved by people that don't fall in them categories, because it can. It might just happen at a bit of a slower rate. So if body recomposition is your goal, let me tell you how it's done. So let's start with the nutritional aspect of things, and what better place to start than with calories. So to lose fat, you're gonna need to be consuming less calories than you are burning each day. So for those of you who track your calories, I recommend a calorie deficit of approximately 20%, because I just find that this is a bit of a sweet spot between losing fat at a nice quick rate, but also not being absolutely starving and low on energy, etc. And for those of you who don't track your calories, I recommend just visually looking at the calories you are consuming through food and through drink each day, and look at ways to decrease that. So you might decrease the portion sizes of each of your meals. You might even cut out a meal. You might consume a little less junk food. You might swap from Coke to Diet Coke. You might consume a little less alcohol every week. And they're all little things you can do to decrease your calorie intake and lose fat. For body recomposition, the other part of nutrition that is really vital is protein intake. So for those of you who track your calories, I recommend a protein intake of at least 1 gram per pound of body weight each and every day. So let's just say you weigh 160 pounds. I recommend a protein intake of at least 160 grams every single day. And I also recommend that you do your best to try and spread your protein intake out evenly throughout the day. So let's just say your protein goal is 160 grams and you consume 4 meals every day. Then I recommend trying to get 40 grams of protein with each of them 4 meals. And what this does is that it just keeps muscle protein synthesis elevated throughout the day, so we can maximize our muscle gains. And if you don't track your calories and macros, then I recommend that you kind of do basically the same. So just make a conscious effort to have a large protein source with each of your meals. So for example, for breakfast, your protein source could be whey protein. For lunch, it could be a can of tuna. For dinner, it could be a chicken fillet. And as a snack, it could be a protein bar. So just make sure that you're having a large protein source at regular intervals throughout the day. Okay, so now that we have the nutritional aspect of things looked after for body recomposition, let's move on to training. So if muscle growth is your goal, then you need to set up your training accordingly. So first of all, you need to dedicate at least 3 to 6 days per week to the gym each week, and you need to set up your training split or your training program in a way that you're hitting each muscle group approximately 2 times per week. And this is something that I did a whole video on before, but just to summarize and give an example, let's just say you can dedicate 4 days per week to the gym. Then an upper lower split may be for you, because you can dedicate 2 days to your upper body and 2 days to your lower body. So when you have your training split or your training program set up and you're in the gym, a good guideline is to use weights on all of your exercises that challenge you within the 6 to 12 rep range. So let's just say you didn't do that and you were using weights that you could do 20 or 30 reps on per set. That just isn't heavy enough for any significant muscle growth to occur. And let's look at it from the other angle. So let's just say we're in the gym and we're using weights that challenge us within the 1 to 3 rep range. So really heavy weights. Now, these obviously are heavy enough for muscle growth to occur, but the problem is that we won't be able to rack up much total volume per session. So we might only be able to do 30 reps per session. So as I said, the 6 to 12 rep range is a nice balance, or using weights that challenge us within the 6 to 12 rep range is a nice balance between being able to do like enough reps and also using like heavy enough weights to stimulate muscle growth. And finally, when it comes to training, it is important that you aim to make regular progress on all of your exercises. So for example, let's just say you can do 4 sets of 8 on 50 kg on the bench press. Well, within a few weeks, you might have the goal to be able to do 4 sets of 9 on 50 kg. Within a few weeks after that, it could be 4 sets of 10. Then you might consider increasing the weight. And it is just important, like a massive factor of muscle growth is that you make progress on your exercises. Don't go to the gym, go through the motions, do the same weights, do the same reps, etc. Always aim to push yourself, do a little bit more, and that is when muscle growth occurs. Okay, so let's just do a quick summary before I wrap this video up. So body recomposition is basically gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time. It is more common in those who are beginners, who are detrained, or who are overweight to begin with. And if body recomposition is your goal, then you should slightly decrease your calories, keep your protein high, and make sure that you're getting to the gym approximately 3 to 6 times per week, hitting each muscle group twice per week, training within the 6 to 12 rep range, and always aiming to make regular progress on your lifts. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the video there. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful, and if body recomposition is your goal, I hope you're able to like take something from it that you're able to put into practice right away. So make sure you give the video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm very, very close to 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you in the next one.